Chapter 1. The Man She Thought She Knew. I entered Asterion through the employee doors. The guard nodded. "Morning, Ethan." "Morning, Paul." Noah joined me. "There is a chairman's entrance." "I am not chairman yet." "You own 51%. Keep your voice down." He glanced around. "Nobody listens to Reed. That is why he exists." "For 18 months? I need to see how Asterion treats people when power is not watching." "That is half true." "You are still testing her," he said. "She agreed to marry a strategy director." "She agreed to marry you. She does not know I am Ethan Vale. Only Gideon and I know. We kept your secret. I need to know she loves me without the name." Noah sighed. "Love is not proven with traps." "It is not a trap." "What happens when Claire learns you watched her from inside your own company?" I had no honest answer. That morning, Claire passed my desk. "Claire." She stopped, but she did not smile. "The launch meeting starts in 5 minutes." "I know. Did you read my revised forecast?" Damian already reviewed it. My jaw tightened. Damian joined 3 weeks ago. He understands growth. "I built the project, and you're being defensive again." She walked away before I could answer. The diamond on her left hand flashed beneath the lights. Inside the meeting room, Damian Shaw stood beside my presentation screen. He wore a silver suit and the smile of a man who had never been told no. "Ethan," he said, "I made a few improvements. You replaced my numbers." I corrected them. I opened the report. "You doubled expected subscriptions without changing the marketing budget." Damian leaned back. "Confidence creates demand." "No. Advertising creates demand. Confidence creates speeches." Several managers lowered their eyes. Noah stared at the table. Claire entered and took the main chair. "What's happening?" "Ethan is resisting cooperation," Damian said. "I'm resisting fake projections." Claire looked at me. "Give him the project, Ethan." I thought I had misheard her. "Excuse me?" "Damian will lead the launch. You'll support him." "The contracts cannot support his forecast." Damian laughed. "Maybe that's why you're still a director." I closed the report. "Show me the customer commitments." "I don't answer to you. You answer to the numbers." Claire's voice sharpened. "Give it to him, Ethan. Don't embarrass me." The room became quiet. I looked at the woman I planned to marry. "I'm trying to protect the company. You're protecting your pride." "And what are you protecting?" Her face hardened. Meeting over. Damian collected my report. "I'll send you a task list." I pulled it from his hand. "No." Claire stood. "That is a direct instruction." "Then put it in writing." "I shouldn't have to." "You do when you ask me to approve false data." Damian stepped closer. "Careful." I met his eyes. "You should be careful. Bad numbers leave fingerprints." After everyone left, Noah shut the door. "Tell her," he whispered. "Not yet. She just handed your project to him." I saw. She is letting Damian control her. She loved him in college. That doesn't mean she loves him now. Noah gave me a tired look. "You sound like a man arguing with a fire alarm." "I need one more day." "For what?" "To see what she chooses." "You're still testing her?" I hated the disgust in his voice because I deserved it. "I need to know." "No, Ethan. You're afraid to know." That night, Claire came home after 10. I had cooked dinner, but the food had gone cold. "We need to talk," I said. She placed her purse down. "Not tonight." "Did you give Damian system access?" "He needs it." "He requested payment authority. He's chief growth officer. He has been here 3 weeks." She rubbed her forehead. "Why must everything become a fight with you?" "Because every question becomes an insult to you." Her hand moved to her ring. My chest tightened. "What are you doing?" She removed it and set it beside the untouched plates. "HR wants you at 9 tomorrow." I stared at the ring. "Why?" "You know why." "Say it." She looked away. "I'm tired, Ethan." "Are you ending our engagement?" "I'm asking for space." "And HR?" Her silence answered first. Then she said, "Be there at 9." She walked toward the bedroom and closed the door. I remained beside the cold dinner, holding the ring between my fingers. I had hidden my name to test her love. For the first time, I understood the test might destroy us both. Chapter 2. Fired for loving the wrong woman. I reached the town hall at 8:55. 200 employees filled the auditorium. "You said this was private." I did not send the invitation, she whispered. Why is everyone here? Claire ordered it. You said HR wanted me at 9. It does, Claire replied. Why are they watching? This concerns them. What concerns them? Your behavior. Damian smiled. Do not make a scene. I came for a meeting. You built a stage. Mara held the folder. Ethan, please cooperate. With what? She glanced at the microphone. I face Claire. You do not want a conversation. I want accountability. You want an example. The auditorium became silent. Claire tapped the microphone. Thank you for coming. We need to discuss leadership changes for the Horizon launch. Whispers moved through the room. She continued. Asterion cannot succeed when personal resistance blocks necessary progress. I stared at her. Say my name. Her mouth tightened. Ethan Reed has refused direct instructions and created conflict within the launch team. Damian stepped forward. I offered him every chance to cooperate. You changed verified numbers, I said. Claire raised her hand. You will have a chance to respond. I'm responding now. Mara whispered, Ethan, please. Claire looked at the crowd. Effective immediately, Ethan's employment is terminated. Her voice struck hard. Noah rose. Claire, reconsider. I met his eyes. Noah, sit down. Ethan, she does not understand. She understands enough. Claire frowned. What does that mean? It means I accept your choice. Noah remained standing. Please, I said. Not yet. He understood my warning and sat. Mara opened the folder. Her fingers trembled. The stated reasons are insubordination, disruption of team morale, and refusal to support executive strategy. Do you believe that? I asked her. I'm not permitted to give an opinion. Look at me. She did. Do you believe it? I'm sorry, she whispered. Damian took the microphone. The company needs unity. I will assume full control of Horizon and repair the damage. I laughed once. With imaginary revenue? His smile disappeared. This attitude is exactly why you're leaving. I faced Claire. Are you firing me for the company or for him? Her eyes flashed. Don't make this personal. You announced my firing before 200 people. My fiancée is standing beside her former crush. It became personal before I entered the room. A few employees looked toward the floor. Claire said, Our private relationship has nothing to do with your poor judgment. Then show them my report. This is not a trial. No. Trials allow evidence. Mara handed me a document and a pen. This confirms your separation package. I read the final paragraph. It says I accept responsibility for harming morale. It's standard language, Claire said. It's a lie. Sign it and leave with dignity. You took care of that option. I placed the pen down. Damian leaned close enough that only I could hear him. Men like you should know their place. I whispered back. Men like you always mistake silence for weakness. Security approached, but Claire waved them away. Let him collect his things. My things are already here. Mara lifted a box. Your photographs, mug, and notebook are inside. Claire added the ring. Look at me. She stared down. There is nothing left to say. You found plenty to say on stage. She stayed silent. I picked it up. You could have ended us at home. You forced my hand. No. I refused his fraud. You chose the stage. Damian said, Stop blaming her. I turned to him. Enjoy my office while you can. I carried the box through the silent crowd. Nobody spoke until the doors closed behind me. In the lobby, my phone rang. Ethan, Gideon said, come upstairs immediately. I've just been fired. I know. Then why does the board need me? Emergency meeting. Top floor. I looked at the elevator, then at the ring lying beside my father's notebook. Does Claire know? She will. The elevator doors opened. I stepped inside. Before they closed, Claire entered with Damian. She folded her arms. If you're planning an appeal, don't. I'm not appealing. Damian smirked. Then why are you going up? To attend the meeting. Claire sighed. You are no longer an employee. The elevator reached the top floor. The doors opened onto the boardroom. Every director was already seated. I walked in carrying my box. Claire followed, ready to defend her decision. Then Gideon saw me and rose from his chair. Silence fell as every face slowly turned toward me. Chapter 3. Good morning, Chairman Vale. Gideon buttoned his jacket. Good morning, Chairman Vale. For 1 second, nobody moved. Then Noah stood. 2 directors followed. Chairs scraped back until every director stood. Claire stopped beside me. What did he call you? Damian laughed. This is ridiculous. I set my box carefully on the table. Sit down, please. The directors obeyed. Claire did not. Ethan, she said. Answer me. My legal name is Ethan Jonathan Vale. No. My mother used Reed, her family name. I used it inside Asterion. Damian pointed at Gideon. You expect us to believe this performance? Gideon slid a document across the table. Vale Heritage Trust holds 51% of Asterion Systems. Mr. Vale is the controlling beneficiary and appointed chairman. Claire snatched the document. Her eyes raced over the page. You own the company? I control the majority shares. You let me think you were a director. I was a director. You let me fire you. I gave you several chances not to. Her face suddenly lost color. Our engagement was a trick. The accusation found the wound I hid. I concealed my wealth, I said. I wanted to know whether you loved me without it. So, you tested me. Yes. You watched me struggle while pretending you had no power. I advised you. I supported you. You judged me. I did. And that was wrong. Damian crossed his arms. At least she knows what you are now. I looked at him. You should worry about what the audit discovers you are. Victor Hale, a director, struck the table. There will be no audit based on wounded pride. This is not wounded pride, I said. The horizon projections are false. Victor looked toward Claire. Did Mr. Reed refuse a lawful instruction? My name is Vale, I said. He was insubordinate, Claire answered. Victor nodded. Then the termination stands. Gideon leaned forward. The chairman cannot be terminated by the CEO. I fired the employee I knew, Claire said. Apparently, that man never existed. I felt every eye on me. Anger urged me to remove her. My father's voice rose from the notebook. Power used while angry becomes another form of weakness. I pulled out a chair. Claire remained CEO until evidence supports a different decision. Damian smiled. Good. However, Horizon is frozen. Effective now, Damian loses access to company accounts, payment systems, and contract approval. His smile vanished. You cannot do that, he said. I just did. Claire stepped closer. You're punishing him because of me. I'm protecting Asterion because of his numbers. Victor said, I move to challenge this order. You may record your objection. You think owning shares makes you untouchable? No. It makes me responsible. The door opened. A young woman stood outside holding a blue file. I recognized her from the analytics floor. Tessa Lane? Claire asked. Why are you here? Tessa swallowed. I need to speak with Mr. Reed. Chairman Vale. Gideon corrected. She looked at me as if the title frightened her more. Come in, I said. Damian's voice sharpened. She has no business here. Tessa walked around the table and placed the file beside my hand. I checked the vendor contracts, she whispered. The prices were changed after approval. By whom? I couldn't see the username. The access logs were removed. Claire held out her hand. Give me the file. Tessa stepped back. I opened the file. Tessa, summarize. 3 vendors charge 4 times normal rates. Damian's office personally recommended every contract. He shifted. Damian scoffed. Junior analysts misunderstand executive agreements. Tessa met my eyes. One vendor uses a mailbox address. Another was created last month. Victor said, This proves nothing. It proves enough to begin, I replied. Claire closed the folder. You are turning one employee's guess into a public attack. You fired me over one man's claim. Her jaw tightened. Then she reached into her bag and removed a second folder. You want evidence? She asked. Here. She placed a transfer approval before the board. It authorized $8 million to one of the suspicious vendors. My legal name appeared beneath the amount. Ethan Jonathan Vale. My signature curved across the bottom. Noah stared at me. Ethan, did you approve this? No. Victor lifted the page. It came from the chairman's encrypted account. That account has never been used. Damian leaned back. Perhaps our honest chairman forgot. Claire's voice dropped. Or perhaps this entire reveal is meant to hide what you did. The directors watched me. Noah asked, "Is that your signature?" "It looks like mine." "Who knew your legal name?" "Only people with sealed trust access." Victor tapped the paper. "Then prove it." I looked around. Someone knew my name, copied my signature, and prepared this before I entered. Claire asked, "Who?" "I do not know." The chair had activated a trap. Chapter 4. The signature that wasn't mine. Nina answered on the first ring. "Tell me you did not sign anything." "I did not." "Send me the document." I photographed the transfer approval while the board argued around me. My younger sister called back 2 minutes later. "The signature is copied from Dad's trust amendment." "You're certain?" "I drafted the amendment. Whoever made this had access to sealed family records." Victor folded his arms. "Convenient." I put Nina on speaker. "Say that again." Her voice filled the boardroom. "The signature is fraudulent." The pressure points repeat exactly. Real signatures never match that perfectly. Claire stared at the page. "Who are you?" "Nina Vale, corporate counsel and Ethan's sister." Damian muttered, "Another hidden relative." Nina replied, "And you must be the man using a mailbox as a vendor." I almost smiled. Victor said, "A phone opinion is not evidence." "It will be when my forensic examiner arrives," Nina answered. "Preserve every device in that room." After the meeting, Noah followed me into my new office. "I should have warned you," he said. "You should have warned Claire. I signed a legal oath to protect your identity. That did not require you to ignore Damian." Noah looked at the floor. "Claire asked whether I supported you. I knew what would happen if I said yes. You were afraid she would fire you." "Yes. You watched her fire me instead." His face tightened. "I failed you. You failed the company. Decide whether you plan to keep doing it." A quiet knock interrupted us. Mara entered and closed the door. "I cannot stay." "What do you have?" I asked. She placed her phone on my desk. "A recording." Damian's voice came through the speaker. "Remove read before the audit request reaches the board." Mara's recorded voice answered, "We need cause. Call it insubordination. Claire will support it." The clip ended. "Where's the rest?" I asked. Mara gripped the phone. "Somewhere safe." "Why record him?" "Because he frightened me." "Why obey him?" "Because I have 2 children and a mortgage." I wanted to condemn her. Instead, I remembered how easily powerful people called fear a moral failure when their own homes were safe. "Send Nina a copy." Mara shook her head. "Not until I have protection." "You have it." I thought Ethan Reed had protection too. She left before I could answer. Near sunset, Claire entered without knocking. "You humiliated me," she said. "I revealed my name after you fired me publicly. You let every director stand while I looked like an idiot. I did not order them to stand. You enjoyed it." The truth was ugly. Part of me had. I enjoyed nothing about today. You tested me for 18 months. I was afraid you would love my money, and I was afraid I would never be enough for you. Her voice cracked. For a moment, I saw the woman who once held my hand through my father's funeral. "I should have told you," I said. "Yes." "I should have trusted you." "Yes." "But you should not have destroyed my career to please Damian." She looked away. "Cancel the audit." The softness vanished from me. "That is why you came?" The company cannot survive a scandal. The company cannot survive theft. You do not know that he stole anything. You demanded honesty until honesty threatened him. "Ethan, please. We can repair us. By hiding the truth. By choosing what matters." Tessa's contracts matter. Mara's fear matters. The employees you lied to matter. Her eyes hardened. "So, I do not." "You mattered enough to make me weak." She flinched. "Cancel it," she repeated. "No." She left without another word. I reached my apartment after midnight. The door stood open. "Nina?" I called, though I knew she was not there. Drawers had been emptied. Glass covered the floor. Nothing expensive was missing. My father's notebook was gone. Across the living room wall, black paint formed 4 words. "Stop digging, Chairman." My phone rang. Gideon's name appeared. Tell me you found Tessa, I said. Silence breathed through the line. She left the office 3 hours ago, Gideon answered. Her mother says she never came home. I looked at the broken window and the message above it. Call the police. I already did. Track her company phone. It went dark near River Road. My fear became sharp enough to steady me. Send me the location. Ethan, wait for security. No. If this is connected, it is connected. I grabbed my keys. I called Nina while running. Lock your doors. Tell the examiner to work. What happened? They took Dad's notebook. Then they know it matters. So do I. The stolen notebook was a warning. Tessa's silence was not. As I ran for the stairs, I knew someone had stopped protecting secrets and started hunting people. Chapter 5. The Price of Her Choice. Rain covered River Road when I reached Tessa's last signal. Police lights flashed below a broken guardrail. I jumped from my car. Sir, stay back. An officer called. I'm looking for Tessa Lane. A paramedic pointed toward the ditch. She's alive. The word weakened my knees. I slid down the muddy slope. Tessa lay inside her crushed car while rescuers cut through the passenger door. Her eyes found me. Chairman, I'm here. My laptop. Forget the laptop. They took it. Who? A black car hit me twice. She winced. A man came down after I crashed. Did you see him? No. I pretended I was dead. My anger turned cold. You did the right thing. He said Damian's name on the phone. A paramedic pushed me back. We need space. I held Tessa's hand until they lifted her out. At the hospital, Noah arrived soaked from the rain. I need to tell you something, he said. Not unless it helps her. It might. He handed me a payment record. Claire ordered an urgent transfer last month. She said it funded a secret acquisition. $8 million. Yes. The transfer carrying my signature. His silence confirmed it. You approved it? I approved the payment path. The final authorization appeared afterward. Where did the money go? A shell company owned through 2 trusts. One connects to Damian's brother. I shoved the paper against his chest. You knew. I learned tonight. You stopped asking questions because you were afraid. Yes. Tessa nearly died because the rest of you were afraid. Noah swallowed. Tell me how to fix it. Start by giving Nina everything. Claire arrived later with Damian. I blocked the hallway. Why is he here? Claire glanced toward Tessa's room. We heard about the accident. Who told you? Security. Damian said, This is terrible. I stepped close. She heard your name after the crash. His eyebrows rose. She suffered a head injury. She is awake. Then you should not pressure her. Claire touched my arm. I moved away. Ethan, stop. Ask him about the shell company. Damian looked at Claire. I have no idea what he means. I showed her Noah's record. She read it and frowned. This could be an accounting mistake. $8 million is not a mistake. Damian works under pressure. Maybe a vendor was entered incorrectly. I stared at her. You are protecting him again. I am protecting the company from reckless claims. Tessa is behind that door because someone forced her off a road. You cannot connect that to Damian. He stole my project, changed the contracts, moved company money, and ordered Mara to fire me. Claire's face changed. Mara recorded him? Damian turned sharply. What recording? I watched them both understand they had revealed too much. Leave, I said. Claire followed me into an empty waiting room instead. You look at me like I am a criminal. I do not know what you are anymore. You never knew me. You studied me. I loved you. You measured me against some secret standard. And Damian made you feel what? She folded her arms, but her voice weakened. Admired. The answer hurt more than a lie. He listened, she continued. He told me I deserved the CEO chair. You questioned every decision. I questioned dangerous decisions. You made me feel small. He made you feel powerful. Yes. Do you want me, Claire? Or do you want what my name controls? Her eyes moved toward the hospital door. Protect my position, she said. Tell the board I did not know about the transfer. You still have not asked whether Tessa will walk again. She opened her mouth, then stopped. I removed the ring from my pocket. We are done. Ethan. No. You chose your title before her life. I was scared. So was she. I held out my hand. Take the ring. I don't want it. Neither do I. She took it with trembling fingers. A nurse entered. Mr. Vale? Tessa is stable. She has serious injuries, but we expect recovery. Relief burned behind my eyes. When I returned home near dawn, Nina waited outside my broken apartment with a courier. He delivered this, she said. The courier handed me my father's notebook. One page had been cut out. Who sent you? I asked. Online request. Cash tip. No name. Nina examined the damaged spine. Ethan, this binding is too thick. She opened it with a small tool. A black storage card fell into her palm. I stared at it. Dad hid something. Nina inserted it into her secured laptop. Folders appeared across the screen, each marked with old audit dates. She looked at me. This is not a diary backup. What is it? Insurance. For the first time since Claire fired me, I felt the balance begin to move. Chapter 6. The trap he built for himself. Nina opened the first audit folder while Noah and I watched. 3 vendors share one registration server, she said. All were created by the same legal agent. Damian's brother? I asked. No. Victor Hale's private attorney. Noah leaned toward the screen. Victor backed Damian from the beginning. Nina pointed. Damian drains Horizon through false contracts. The losses crush Asterion's value. Noah followed the arrows. Then Victor's group buys the division and sells the technology overseas. Arrest them now, I said. I reached for my phone. Nina closed the laptop. Do not move yet. They tried to kill Tessa. We can prove theft. We cannot prove the crash. I can remove Damian and Victor, and they will destroy evidence before investigators arrive. Noah nodded. We need them to move the remaining money where we can trace it. I hate waiting, I said. Rage has cost enough people. What bait? She understood. Nina looked at the Horizon files. Announce a sale. By noon, I called an executive meeting. We are considering offers for Horizon, I said. The board wants a fast deal before the launch damage becomes public. Damian studied me. You finally accept that the division is failing? I accept that pride is expensive. Claire sat across from me. The ring was absent from her hand. Victor asked, who is interested? A European buyer. Final bids close tomorrow. Damian hid his excitement badly. I can manage the negotiations. You may present the vendor records tonight. Claire frowned. You removed his access. I restored limited access for the sale. That was the lie he needed. Afterward, Noah entered my office. He logged into the vendor system. Can you trace him? Yes, but if he notices, he will not. He thinks fear made me careless. Noah looked at me. Fear made me careless. You can still choose differently. If this fails, I lose my license. If you walk away, you lose yourself. He nodded once. Then I stay. Mara arrived carrying a sealed envelope. The full recording, she said. Are you ready to testify? No. I waited. She looked through the glass wall toward the employees below. But I will. Damian may threaten your job. He already threatened my children without saying their names. You will have security. Like Tessa? The question cut me. Better than Tessa had. I promised. Not because I deserve your trust, but because I will earn it. At 8 that evening, Damian entered the conference room for the false negotiation. Nina posed as the buyer's attorney through a video screen. Noah monitored the payment network from another room. Damian dropped a folder before me. You should thank me, he said, for stealing, for showing Claire the difference between us. What difference? She chose a real winner. I kept my voice calm. Did winning require 4 fake vendors? He smiled. Prove they are fake. The mailbox address was careless. Lots of companies use mailbox services. And lots of thieves use relatives. His smile thinned. You have nothing. Then explain why the Blue Harbor payment moved through Luxembourg. He laughed. It never touched Luxembourg. Silence followed. I leaned back. I did not mention where it moved. His eyes shifted toward the door. Nina's voice came through the screen. Thank you, Mr. Shaw. That statement confirms knowledge of a protected transfer route. Damian stood. This meeting is over. Security entered. He pulled out his phone. Not yet. Noah's voice sounded through my earpiece. He is moving the remaining funds. Let him finish, I said. Damian stared at me. You think this saves you? It saves the evidence. His phone buzzed. Noah said, transfer captured. Accounts frozen. For the first time, fear appeared in Damian's face. Mara entered behind security. You told me to remove Ethan before the audit, she said. I recorded everything. Damian pointed at her. You approved the termination papers. I did, and I will answer for it. He turned to me. Claire signed them. I know. Do you know why? I said nothing. He tapped his phone and played a message. Claire's voice filled the room. Fire Ethan. I need you beside me when the board turns. Once he is gone, we can control the launch. The recording ended. My chest felt hollow. Her public cruelty had not been panic. It had been planned. Damian smiled again. Still think she was confused? Take him, I told security. Wait, he said. You want the truth about your perfect father? I froze. Damian saw it. Ethan Vale destroyed Claire's family business. Her father lost everything because of him. Nina's face sharpened on the screen. Do not listen. Damian continued. Claire learned who you were months ago. She stayed close because she wanted access. Ask her about the missing page. I stepped toward him. What was on it? The reason she never loved Ethan Vale. Security pulled him toward the door. He called back. Your father made her hate you before you ever met. The door closed. I looked at Nina. Tell me he is lying. She did not answer quickly enough. My father's past opened beneath me like a grave. Chapter 7. What my father buried. Nina waited until security took Damian downstairs. Dad investigated Rowan Manufacturing 20 years ago, she said. You knew. I knew the company name. I never knew Claire was connected. She is Claire Rowan. Rowan is common. Not common enough. Gideon joined us with a gray archive box. Jonathan ordered me to seal this unless the old case returned. I stared at him. How many people knew my life better than I did? Your father believed silence protected you. Silence protected him. Gideon placed the box on the table. Then open it. Inside were pension records, court letters, and photographs of workers protesting outside a factory. I recognized Claire's father beside the locked gate. Nina read the account summary. Daniel Rowan moved employee pension funds into expansion projects. When those projects failed, the retirement accounts collapsed. My father exposed him? Dad found the transfers, Nina said. He gave regulators enough evidence to stop further losses. Gideon added, but not the full file. Why? Hundreds of workers had signed documents without understanding them. Public charges against everyone involved would have destroyed their future jobs and medical claims. I found a letter written by my father. Daniel, I will carry the blame if it keeps innocent families from carrying yours. My hands shook. Claire grew up believing Dad destroyed them, I said. Gideon nodded. Daniel Rowan told that story until he died. And the missing page? Nina compared the notebook binding with the archive. It listed the sealed case number. Claire answered when I called. Where are you? I asked. At home. Our home. No. My mother's. Meet me at the old Rowan factory. She was silent. You found the file, she said. Meet me. The abandoned factory stood beyond rusted gates. Claire arrived alone. I held up my father's letter. How long have you known my name? 4 months. Before Damian joined? Yes. Did you know when you accepted my proposal? No. Relief came, then died under the next question. Did you love me before you knew? I did. And after? She looked through the gate. I searched your father. I saw my mother crying over our house. I remembered my father dying ashamed. So you decided I should pay. I wanted you to feel powerless. You could have confronted me. You had lied about everything. My name and money. Not my love. Your love was another test. And your revenge was real. Tears filled her eyes. Damian understood my anger. He used it. I know that now. Did you order the theft? No. The break-in? No. Tessa's crash? Her face changed. No. Did you plan my firing? She closed her eyes. Yes. The answer still hurt, even after the recording. Why the stage? I wanted everyone to see you become small. I stepped back, she whispered. I hated myself the moment you walked away. But you followed me upstairs and defended him. I had gone too far to admit it. No, you were too proud. Her phone rang. She looked at the screen. Victor called an emergency board vote, she said. To remove me? For deception, conflict of interest, and market damage. Will you support him? I don't know. Then you still have not chosen. At Asterion, Victor began before I sat down. The chairman concealed his identity, manipulated management, and created a scandal that threatens every shareholder. I placed a sealed file before me. I can answer every accusation. Then release the Rowan records, Victor said. Prove your father acted lawfully. Nina whispered, the full file will save the vote. I saw names of workers who had never known their signatures helped hide theft. Some were dead. Others still depended on settlements protected by secrecy. Claire's mother was among them. If I release everything, innocent families will be publicly accused, I said. Victor smiled. Then accept removal. Gideon leaned close. Your father chose silence once. You do not owe him the same choice. I looked at the chair, the company, and the directors waiting to judge me. Power had taught me to hide. Losing it might teach me to stop. I will release the regulator's conclusion and Daniel Rowan's personal transfers, I said. The workers' names remained sealed. Victor struck the table. That is incomplete evidence. It is enough to show the truth without punishing victims. It may not be enough to save you. Then remove me. Nina stared at me. Ethan, I will not destroy hundreds of lives to keep one chair. Victor called for ballots. The boardroom doors opened before the first vote was read. Claire entered alone. Her face was pale, but her steps were steady. She removed her CEO badge and placed it on the table. I have a statement, she said. Victor snapped. This meeting is restricted. She stays, I said. Claire looked directly at me. Damian ordered Tessa's crash. Every voice disappeared. I gripped the table. How do you know? Because I found the message he sent the driver. She pushed her phone toward me. And because Damian asked me to erase it. For once, Claire had brought me truth without asking for protection. Chapter 8. The Boardroom Reckoning. I lifted it. Read it, she said. I read. Tessa Lane. River Road. Stop her. Damian sent it afterward. Victor rose. A message proves nothing about the board. Then why are you afraid? Sit down, Gideon said. I will not participate in this circus. Victor moved toward the door. Two investigators entered before he reached it. One displayed a badge. Victor Hale, remain in the room. Victor turned toward Damian's empty chair. This is his scheme. Noah connected his laptop to the main screen. The stolen funds moved through accounts controlled by Damian's brother, he said. The final account belongs to an investment group owned by Victor. Victor pointed at me. Your CFO approved those payments. I approved a payment request from Claire. Noah replied. I did not approve the false authorization. I have surrendered my devices and records. Mara placed her phone beside his laptop. I also have the complete recording. Damian's voice filled the room. Once Reed is gone, Horizon fails. Victor buys it cheap. Claire keeps her chair, and everyone gets what they want. Claire closed her eyes. The recording continued. Mara's voice asked, what if the analyst reports the contracts? Then make sure she cannot. The investigators exchanged a look. A video call appeared on the screen. Tessa lay in her hospital bed with a brace around her neck. Can you hear me? She asked. Yes, I said. You do not have to do this today. I do. The investigator raised a photograph. Recognize him? He came down the ditch. Lightning showed his face. Are you certain? I asked. Yes. He drove Damian everywhere. He is Damian's private driver. Tessa looked at me. Chairman, did my file matter? You mattered before the file. I thought nobody would believe me. I should have made a company where you never had to wonder. Her eyes filled. Then build it now. I will. Do not keep secrets from us again. The request struck harder than any accusation. I won't. Nina muted the call after Tessa's nurse entered, but her words remained with me. Owning Asterion had never made it safe. My choices would have to. The boardroom door opened again. Officers brought Damian inside. He looked at Claire. You gave them the message? Yes. You planned the firing. I planned Ethan's firing and the false performance report, she said. I did not plan theft or violence. Damian laughed. You wanted him broken. I did. That was my crime. He pointed at me. She used you before I did. I felt the old anger rise, but I let it pass. You both made choices, I said. Now you will answer for them. Victor shouted. I demand counsel. You will have it, the investigator replied. Gideon said, vote now. Remove Victor Hale? Yes. Every director answered. Unanimous. Terminate Damian Shaw? Yes. Gideon faced them. Victor, Damian, your authority ends. The board rejects you both. Claire removed a folded letter from her jacket. My resignation, she said. Gideon accepted it. She faced me while officers waited nearby. Did you ever love me? The room seemed to narrow around us. I still do. Her lips trembled. That is why I will not lie to save you. A tear crossed her cheek. She placed the engagement ring before me. I kept thinking you would put it back on my hand. I kept thinking you would choose the truth. I am choosing it now. Too late for us. I know. She stepped away. Gideon looked around the table. The removal motion against Ethan Vale is withdrawn. I move to confirm him as chairman with authority. The vote was unanimous. Everyone stood. Sit, I said. Gideon remained standing. You won. Did I? Damian and Victor are finished. Claire said. You saved Asterion. I could not save us. No, she said. I destroyed us. Chairman, this is justice. Do not congratulate me. Claire looked at the ring. Why are you holding it? Because knowing something is over does not stop it hurting. I am sorry. Investigators led her away. Gideon asked, what happens now? We rebuild. And tonight, let me grieve. Justice had arrived, but it felt like standing inside ruins after the fire was gone. Chapter 9. The chair I chose to earn. 6 months later, Paul examined my badge. Morning, Chairman. Morning, Paul. Ethan's fine. You changed the badge, not the entrance. Good habits do. Salary ranges are public. Complaints go outside the company. Good. No vendor gets one signature. Not even mine. You changed Asterion. I am trying to change with it. Working. Ask in 6 months. Tessa waited in my office with a cane. You are early, I said. You are late. I checked the clock. By 30 seconds. Ethics applies to chairman. I smiled. How is your first week as head of ethics and risk? Busy. People are testing whether I mean what I say. What do you tell them? That fear is information, not permission. After admitting her part in my firing, Mara became our independent people officer. She entered carrying a report. 3 managers complained about the new disclosure rules, she said. Good. Good. They know the rules are real. Mara looked at Tessa. I used to think keeping my job meant keeping quiet. Tessa replied. Now your job is making noise. Noah joined us with the quarterly numbers. Horizon is profitable, he said. Verified? I asked. By 2 outside firms and 1 suspicious chairman. You remain under review. I know. You could work somewhere else without it. I know that too. Then why stay? Because leaving would be easier than earning trust. I nodded. That answer did not erase his failure, but it showed me he understood it. Nina called as the others left. Do not forget your appointment, she said. I considered forgetting. That is why I called. You enjoy controlling me. Someone must. Gideon is retiring. He says he is retiring every year. This time he bought a boat. At noon, I visited Claire at the supervised residence where she was completing her reduced sentence. Her cooperation had helped convict Damian and Victor. She sat across from me without jewelry. You look tired, she said. You look honest. That is not the compliment you think it is. It was not meant as one. She lowered her eyes. I am sorry, Ethan. I know. I am not asking you to wait. Good. I used to imagine that apology would fix everything. So did I. Do you hate me? No. Do you forgive me? I am trying. Does that mean there is hope? For forgiveness, yes. For us, no. Pain crossed her face, but she nodded. I loved you, she said. I believe you. I also wanted to hurt you. I believe that too. She pressed her hands together. Can both things be true? They were. That is why it hurt. When the visit ended, she did not ask me to return. Back at Asterion, I opened my father's repaired notebook and placed our ring inside the cover. Nina appeared in my doorway. Still carrying that? Not anymore. Does closing it fix anything? No. It means I can remember without waiting for the past to change. She nodded toward the boardroom. Ready, Chairman? Ask me afterward. Gideon stood when I entered. Everyone rose with him. Please sit, I said. Tradition, Gideon replied. Then we need a better one. Tessa remained standing. What do you suggest? Stand when conscience demands it, not when power enters. I have one rule, I said. No secret tests. Nina raised an eyebrow. Personal? Very. What happens when we question you? Mara asked. I answer. And when you are wrong? Noah added. I admit it. Tessa tapped the table. What does power mean now? It means nobody here should fear telling me the truth. Our Nexio must hear no. Even from employees? Mara asked. Especially from employees. Gideon gestured toward my chair. Then lead. I sat. 6 months earlier, everyone had stood because my name controlled Asterion. I had mistaken that for victory. Why are we here? I asked. Tessa answered. To protect people outside this room. Noah said. To repair what we allowed. Mara said. To speak before fear becomes damage. Nina smiled. To stop you becoming dad. Gideon laughed. And to make decisions. I opened the agenda. Then let us begin. They called me chairman before I earned it. The chair was not my reward. It was my responsibility.